Hey, it's Bruce Hill, New Skills News, driving revenue through personal and professional development with an emphasis on sales skills. I'm working on my next book, my fourth book, and I always love this question. Actually, I wish it came up more often because people are like, "Oh, you write a book? That's so cool." It's not difficult to write a book. Listen, 100. Let's do some math. 150,000 words. That's all you need to do. Let's see. Let's check this out. How many pages is 150,000 words? All right, stay with me. That's about 500 pages. That's from my previous book or previous chapter. All you need is 15,000. You don't need to write a novel. All you need is 50,000 words. And so now, that's going to be 50 pages. And then check this out. Check this out. Average speaking speed. All right. It's 150 words per minute. Stay with me. So if it's 150 words in the book and we can speak 150 words per minute, how many minutes? I know you didn't come here to do math. You're like, what does this have to do with writing a book? Stay with me. Is that right? Someone check my math. Let's just take you 100 minutes to talk your book out. Now, reading, we read a little bit slower, but if you're just talking, it should take you a brief amount of time to type your book out. Let's just check my math. Let's make sure 15,000 words, right? We're going to divide it by 150 words a minute. Oops, that's definitely a period. Where's my divide sign? There we go. Yeah, 100 minutes. So if I'm telling you, you are an hour and a half away from writing a book that helps people impact their life or business, what are you waiting for? Listen, this is new skills, new you, right? We say this all the time. One new skill will change your life. So that's what I'm doing. I'm writing a book for two reasons. I want to set an example. It's easy. It really is. And we'll talk about editing and formatting and cover and ISBNs, but you can't do any of that because you haven't written a book. I wonder, that's why I wrote my first book. I kept telling my friend, I was like, hey, write a book, write a book, write a book, right? And he was like, hey, I really want to write a book. I'm like, write the book. He's like, well, I don't have time. I'm like, you know what? Instead of telling him to write a book, I'm just going to write one. I'm going to lead by example. And so if you've already watched this video, the previous video, what's the book about? If you haven't, remind me to put a link in the notes. I'm really bad at that. So somebody leave a comment, remind me. There's 5 skills we cover. No, not 54. There's 5, all right? And the order changes every time. So for my detail-oriented people, I'm sorry. It's not on purpose, I promise. But there really isn't the order of the skills that matters because I want you to do all of them. Okay, there's not one's better than the other. Those are 5 skills that we cover all the time. Now we'll get into specific trainings on cold outreach, leveraging social media, sales strategy and planning, CRM implementation. We'll get into specific skills, but when it comes to developing your people, those are the 5 skills we focus on. If you grow your people, guess what happens? You grow your business. You can't get around this. People try and buy tools, software, like those are useful in maximizing people, but you miss the whole point of them is to grow people. Shout out to one of the great businessmen I've run across. He told me, Bruce, only business is people, right? It's Dr. David. Got to give him credit. I learned a lot from him. So how do we put that into practice? How do we put that into use, right? How do we drive business without sacrificing our people? And how do we take care of our people without sacrificing the business? Well, that's why I'm writing this book. So let's go all the way. Let's see how. There we go. All the way to the end. So the book is titled Better Questions, Better Clients. I believe the questions that you are not asking are costing you money. That's why I wrote this book. I realized that before we make any businesses, before we make any business purchases, before we make any life changes, before we make any life decisions, we've got to ask better questions. And so while this book is focused on business development, I think this category is going to fall under sales strategy, business development. I can type, but I can't spell. Or maybe I can spell, but I can't type. I might fall under personal and professional development. I haven't decided yet. The use across your life and business is going to be revolutionary. And the reason is very simple. The skills I'm going to teach you in this book are very simple, but easy to do is easy not to do. If I can help you ask better questions, I can transform your life and business. If I can help you ask better questions, I can help your business grow exponentially. If I can help you ask better questions, I can improve the retention of your team. If I can help you ask better questions, I can improve the retention of your customers. If I can help you ask better questions, I can improve the quality of your relationship. So even on an interpersonal level, based on your team within the business, to your family, to your friends, everyone you come in contact to will be impacted positively if we just learn to ask better questions. Simple. It's that simple, but simple isn't always easy. That's why I wrote this book. I wrote this for folks who say, man, I know I want something different. How do I get there? And so it's not going to be 150,000 words because I don't want to write it and most people wouldn't read it. Where's strike through? I do a strike through. More fonts. All right, I'll worry about it later. I'll just put it in red. It's not going to be 500 pages. I'm going to get to the point in about 50 pages. It might be less because the goal isn't to impress you. Like, look at this huge manuscript I wrote, this tome, this novel. My goal is very simple, and it's why I wrote this book. Is to help you increase your revenue and improve customer retention. Well, not testimony. Even though if you have customers that stay and renew with you, they will give you good testimonials. It's that simple. You probably just haven't asked. And so right back here, you probably just haven't asked. That's it. This is why I'm writing the book. This is why you'll read the book. This is why you'll apply what's in the book. Because I realized if I can help you ask better questions. This is the end result. Let's go ahead. This is what happens. We're going to create better clients. If you ask better questions, you're going to keep better clients. That's the goal for this book. So if these are your priorities, this is your goal, this is part of your outcomes for the quarter, for the year, then guess what you should do? You should grab a copy of the book, Better Questions, Better Clients. You can grab a copy here. www, of course, asking Better questions with S.com. Grab pre-order. There's a few digital courses in there to get you started. What's your appetite? Some visuals and some things I'll talk about in the book. And then, you might get lucky. I might even sign a copy. I do that from time to time. All right. So my name is Bruce Hill, the New Skills New You, driving revenue through personal and professional development with emphasis on skills so you can grow your business. Cheers to your success.